What is good? Boy, Brute Saint is back with another live stream. Last live stream I did for that Breakers game, had some pretty damn good success on it, actually. Got up to gained 3 subscribers for that stream, which was fucking nuts. It was nuts. But back here with another stream, and we'll see how this one goes. I mean, I'll keep this one on the short side, so you know, it's whatever. It's whatever. But I mean, hopefully I don't drag this on for too long to bore the shit out of y'all. But anyway, I wanted to come on here to basically talk a little bit of Saints and what's been going on recently and all that. Hold on, I'm trying to look for my stream. I'm trying to look for my stream so that I can keep track of a chat. Hey Jordan, man, what's good? What's good with you? Who that, brother? All right, your channel. There we go. All right, I'm on it. Oh, I forgot to do this right here. Boom, nice. All right, so let's see. So you already read the title. First off, I didn't when I streamed the Breakers game, it was the draft was already done, so I pretty much gave my thoughts on the draft as much as I could. So, G Dog, I'm not gonna make it an open panel for right now. This is one of these streams where I just ramble on about Saints and stuff. Trust me, I'll let you know when I do open panels. But anyway, but yeah, I think I've talked about the draft in my Breakers stream, so I don't want to get into it again. But I didn't really talk more about Dennis Allen and well, of course, obviously it was before Honey Badger. So let's get into Honey Badger first. So I love the fucking signing, more than words can describe, because the thing is, even without Matthew, I still think our defense would have been fine. We still would have been top 10, maybe even top 5 in the league in 2022, especially with Dennis Allen being the head coach and running shit. But okay, I lost my fucking train of thought. But yeah, I thought we were gonna be fine even without Matthew. But honestly, I still love the fact that we have Matthew, just because our secondary still needs that one veteran that can give us leadership, give us some more fire and more spirit. Because Malcolm Jenkins retired, so obviously the leadership is not, there was a hole put into it, especially with Marcus Williams leaving as well. So having Matthew, I think, was more important than you might realize. So, so the thing is, I love it. I mean, I think if there's any Saints fan that actually doesn't like the fucking Matthew signing, I mean, maybe you're just worried about us going over the fucking cap. But I mean, Mickey Loomis, man. Mickey Loomis has been proven time and time again. He's a wizard. He's a financial wizard. Yes, I agree, J Dog. I agree. And not only that, man, I want to say Tyrone so bad. Tyrann Mathieu is a Super Bowl champion. He's a Super Bowl champion. That automatically gives you that boost in terms of how much value you can have for a team. And not only that, but Good Morning Football also mentioned this. Last year, during the Chiefs-Bills game, I want to say, I believe Matthew was injured in the third quarter, maybe. It was sometime during the game, but when it came near the end, when with Matthew being gone, it was so obvious that the defense had a big fucking hole in it, and Josh Allen just freaking lit them up so badly. It just shows that for their defense, they needed Matthew more than any other player. Matthew was the most important player on that defense. And the fact that with the Chiefs defense being average at best or maybe above average, to transfer from that to the Saints, that is a top 5 defense, and you have Matthew with that much of importance and value. Oh my goodness, that is a match made in fucking heaven. That is insane to me, especially with Matthew being from NOLA. That just makes it even fucking better. Um, like it's crazy to me. And honestly, I'll tell you this: I was one of those doubters. Like way back, whenever Matthew was like went into free agency, like when he was first released, like I don't know if he was released, but he was in free agency. Obviously since we got him. But yeah, when it first started, I didn't like. I was so doubtful. I couldn't imagine Honey Badger being with the Saints. It wasn't in my head, especially with the fact that people kept on saying that we were trying to pursue Honey Badger like previously in previous years, like for what, like 5 years or something, or maybe 4. And we still couldn't get him. So I was like, how can this year be any different? Well, I mean, I guess Dennis Allen is the big key because I mean, Dennis Allen said in his opening press conference, he was going to make this team his team. He was going to do it his way. And my God, the way that Dennis Allen is doing shit, which transitions to my next point in the title, the way that Dennis Allen has been running this offseason, like, wow, holy shit. I'm so glad we broke the fucking stupid Saints tradition of not drafting a wide receiver in the first round and then ended up with undrafted guys, which don't get me wrong, Callaway is great, but he's not a wide receiver 1 nor a 2. He's a wide receiver 3. But the fact that we had to constantly rely on undrafted guys at Traquan Smith, which is a massive fucking bust, like with the wasted 3rd round pick, I was so sick. I was sick of that shit. Especially with the fact that it was the glaring hole in our offense that that held us back in the playoffs. Every single time we would go to the playoffs for the previous, I don't know, I'm trying to think, like maybe 5 years. Has it been 5 years? Yeah. For the previous 5 years, that was the glaring problem on our offense. We only relied on Michael Thomas. And guess what? When you lock down Michael Thomas, you're pretty much fucking screwed because all the other guys can't handle that wide receiver 1 workload. They can't. So that's why Dennis Allen is giving me so much hope because he was like, okay, so this glaring need has been with us for so long. It's time to finally fucking address it. And we trade up to get Chris Olave, which at first I was questioning about whether it was a good idea or not to trade up to get Olave, but at the same time, a lot of teams were getting wide receivers right off the bat. So I was like, okay, you know what? I understand what they were doing, and I mean, there's nothing but high hopes for this kid. This Chris Olave guy, he looks really, really damn good. And if we can have Michael Thomas and Olave on the same field all season, man, it would be fucking perfect. Perfect. It brings me so much fucking joy that, like, hold on. Like that. Sean Payton's ego is finally out the fucking door. Right, exactly. You're right. Oh yeah, dude. Sean Payton was a Hall of Fame head coach. No, it wasn't just a great one. He was a Hall of Famer. But yeah, like it got to the point to where he was focusing too much on outsmarting than addressing the needs. I'm sorry, but look, like the Davenport pick, that was a good pick. I'll give him that. I will give him that. It was a great pick. And especially the 2017 draft class, man, was that a masterful draft class. But from 2017 all the way to 2018, and then you start transitioning into 2019. We get Eric McCoy, which is also a good pick, and it was a glaring need after Unger retired. But then 2020 and then 2021, oh my freaking god, dude! Holy shit, did that piss me off? God, Cesar Ruiz and fucking Peyton Turner were our first round picks, and lo and behold, Cesar Ruiz is trash. And Peyton Turner, I mean, he's still got room to develop, but so far, not a very fucking welcoming start to his campaign. So yeah, clearly Sean Payton had to fucking go because like defensive end was not a fucking need in 2021. What was the need as our wide receiver two? We needed a well-established wide receiver two. None of this is fucking Deontay Harris bullshit or Traquan bullshit because those guys are not fit to be in the wide receiver two position because guess what? Michael Thomas gets hurt. They are wide receiver one. Think about that for a second. So getting Chris Olave changes the whole fucking like perception of this offense so much because now if Michael Thomas does get hurt, cross our fingers. Hold on, knock on wood. But if he does, Chris Olave can go to the wide receiver one position and he could still excel at that. And be having whether it would be Harris or Smith at wide receiver two. I mean, it would be a lot more for them to handle, but they could still do it. Like nobody knows how important that shit was. It really does. It was crazy to me. And this basically the draft class and like the free agency signings. By the way, what's up, Snake Bite? But with this entire offseason, like Dennis Allen has proved me that he wants to build this team his own way. He wants to build the team the way he wants to, which with obviously, taking suggestions and recommendations from the offensive staff because he took the offensive staff's advice when it came to the Olave pick because he really wanted Jordan Davis, which don't get me wrong, having Jordan Davis on our team would have helped our D-line tremendously. But dude, our D-line is already good the way it is. It doesn't need to be upgraded. But the wide receiver 2 has to be upgraded. And that's what the offensive staff told Dennis Allen. And Dennis Allen was like, all right, you know what? I trust y'all, so I'm going to draft Olave. Thank fucking God he finally just followed the logic and reason instead of outsmarting like Sean Payton. What's up, Mets? How you doing? God, that shit it was like finally fucking over. Now, with all that being said, with all this praise I'm giving this Dennis Allen, especially with getting Honey Badger, very fucking important. Now, will Dennis Allen bring all of this like offseason hype into 2022? I'm not exactly sure. What I do know is that defensively, we will be a fucking juggernaut defensively because, obviously, even with Dennis Allen being a head coach, he's still a defensive mind and he will mainly focus on defensive play calling. So, obviously, we will rely on Pete Carmichael to come up with the offensive scheme. And obviously, he will need the approval of Dennis Allen since he is the head coach to see if the game plan is good enough for the offense. So obviously we will see in terms of offense because still, even with getting the weapons like Olave and Penning, which I do think Penning will be a star, just not this season. I feel like it will take time. It will take a lot of time for Trevor Penning to like pan out the way we expect him. But I think once he fully develops, he will be fucking great. He'll be great. He'll be a star. But yeah, with all that being said, like it's still questionable. I'm still questioning, and I'm still not gonna. I'm not gonna bring all my hopes up just yet. I'm not gonna give false hope into this team just because Dennis Allen has made like a historically like impactful offseason. Even with that, I'm still not gonna put all my chips in the basket or put all my eggs in the basket, whatever the fucking saying is. But so far, the way he's been running the team and Mickey Loomis and all those guys, there is hope. There is hope, and there is like, I don't know, something about this team feels different, and it's way different from any other year. Because every single year, I always say there's something different about a team. This team feels like there's so much to prove, and that's what I love about it. There's so much to prove. There's everyone going against us. There's everyone hating on Jameis. There's everyone calling Michael Thomas slant boy. There's everyone saying trading up for Olave was a bad decision or a bust. There's, Cam Jordan getting old, Davis getting old. Like it's, obviously, offensively, there's more to prove. There's way more to prove. I think with defense, it's a no brainer that our fucking defense is stacked, especially in the secondary. Excuse me, I should get some water. All right, it's but like okay, I lost a train of thought again. Let me try to remember. But yeah, anyway, we already proved our defense is great. We already proved it's stacked. We already proved it's full of fucking talent, especially with the secondary position with Lattimore, Adebo, which people doubted Debo, third rounder, and I thought he was going to be great. Now, I didn't think Debo was going to be that good right out the gate, but holy shit, he's going to be a great cornerback too. But yeah, we have Lattimore, Adebo, C.J. Gardner-Johnson is, I would dare say, C.J.'s impact and importance and value into the defense is just as high as Honey Badger and Demario Davis. Like, nobody knows that his shit talk is literally like the key to like getting inside the offense's head. Especially with the fact that just having him and then with Demario's leadership, Cam's leadership, and now Tyron's leadership leading all three respective positions, with having all of that like established and that nice, great foundation to work on, like the with CJ and what he's doing is just gravy. It's a lot of gravy. It's not just like a slight little douse of gravy on mashed potatoes. Like the fucking mashed potatoes is buried in gravy, and that's CJ. So I will say, when it comes to this next season, man, there is definitely like high hopes and like honestly expectations when it comes to defense, because this defense is fucking nasty. Nasty. And honestly, like I said before, I don't think Matthew was as much of a need as people might say. I mean, or I didn't think that Matthew was a need like before we got him. But I do realize that with Malcolm Jenkins retiring, Marcus Williams leaving, and of course we got Marcus May, and from what I hear, Marcus May is like a really damn good addition to the team. And I'll have faith. I'll have faith that he can do great for us. But um, see, again, I'm losing my train of thought. Why I keep on doing this? But yeah, like I never knew that until before that point that maybe like maybe we did need Matthew. We did need Matthew. We needed that leadership, especially with the fact that Lattimore, Adebo, and Marcus May. Well, actually, I haven't looked at Marcus May's age, but he definitely ain't old. Morning, Jerry. Um, but we needed the leadership, and Matthew is the perfect guy for that. Not only has he been in the league for what, uh, 10 years now, or 11 years, or 9, he's been in the league for a long, long ass time. Not only that, but he's a goddamn Super Bowl champion. I mean, we had a guy with that type of experience and that type of like, especially with this importance for the Chiefs defense. Like, I guarantee you that if Matthew was not on that Chiefs defense last year, the whole season, they would have been trash. They would have been trash. I'm sorry, but you know, with Matthew being there, it just gave so much fire, so much oomph to the Chiefs defense. And to me, it's like the sky is the fucking limit in terms of adding Honey Badger to this already established defense. Like, we already have like a fantastic defensive line. Our linebacking core is it's great. It is great with Demario Davis, especially, and Pete Werner. Pete Werner, I will say, he's actually surprised me. He's impressed me. Werner is better than I first thought. Uh, and I will admit that we might be running a type of scheme where we only need 2 linebackers, and like there will be a safety that will be like the third linebacker, like CJ or maybe even May. So, but anyway, with the linebacker core is already established, the D line is already established, and the secondary was already established before Matthew. So the fact that you're adding Matthew, a Super Bowl champion, that was a key, like the glue to the Chiefs' defense, you take that type of guy and plug it into our defense. Like, how can you not say that this could be potentially be the best defense in the league? How can you not say that? That is insane to me. And honestly, like I said, beginning of the season, or no, beginning of the offseason, excuse me. When Matthew was in free agency, man, I was doubtful. I didn't think we were gonna fucking get him. I thought it was like, like impossible, right? Especially with the fact that we were apparently pursuing him like before then. So, man, it is insane to me. It's just insane. I have no more words, honestly. So with talking about Honey Badger and Dennis Allen, I'll look into 2022. So obviously, I've been talking a lot about Dennis Allen and Mickey Loomis and all that, and how we handled this offseason, and the coaching and everything. But let's look into 2022 and what I could expect from them. So obviously, I expect nothing but the best from our defense. Like, I expect games where we're gonna hold the other team to like 13 points, 10 points, 6 points, 7 points, or like 17 points or something like that. Like, it's gonna be that type of fucking defense, I guarantee you. But offensively, I will admit it will still be shaky at the beginning. It will be shaky. Like, y'all need to prepare for it now. It will be shaky, just like every other season. Like, last year's first game to me was like one in a kind type of game. So I'm not gonna hold my breath. So we will have a slow start with offensively, but hopefully by like the fourth or fifth game, we can have like a type of rhythm going into the season, and then the offense can get better and better and better. Especially with Olave trying to like have a breakout year, his rookie year, and I mean, hopefully, maybe we could have like an offensive rookie of the year type of season from Olave this year. And I think it's possible. It could be possible. Um, so I don't know what the 2022 would be like, especially with being under a new regime. But the way this offseason has been handled, there's a lot of things we can do, and there's so much potential. There is so much potential. And not only that, but you got to think for the other previous years, whenever we had like such stacked teams, before then, we were always like risking so much cap space. We were always way over the fucking cap. We were risking it all to go all in and never made it. Bro, this year around, like, we're fine. Like, our team is stacked, and like we're not that far above the cap, or I think we're below the cap right now, but I'm pretty sure by the end of the season we could be above the cap, but nowhere near as far as previous years, which is even greater, because that means like with this stacked of a team, like it's not like a win now mode. It's like win now and win next year, and then win the next year. It's that type of a team. It's that type of like it's that type of thing that's going on right now, and it's insane to me, man. It's insane. So, like, with that being said, it is all. Here's the thing, okay? Look, here's the thing. We have all the talent in the world. I won't deny that for a second. And by the way, the Jameis hate, y'all really need to stop with the fucking Jameis Winston hate, because y'all clearly have never seen any fucking film on him before he got hurt. Like, nothing at all. Dude literally threw for 14 touchdowns and 3 interceptions. And 2 interceptions was in one game. So I don't want to hear anything about Jameis being trash. You didn't watch any tape at all. Especially with the fact that some games, like, he was throwing deep down the field. Granted, were they risky throws? Yes, they were risky throws. But with the talent that we have on offense, they can help like prevent Jameis from making such, bad decisions. And the thing is, like, even in that Bucks game, man, before Oh, fucking Devin White. Ooh, I want to fucking slap him. Uh, before Devin White decided to fucking twist his damn knee, Jameis Winston was having a fucking game of his career. He was going insane in that game, especially with the scrambling before he got hurt. Like, and that's the thing that people don't even mention either. Like, yeah, sure, he has a great arm. He has, like he has a great arm. He has a great deep ball. He has great out of pocket presence and pocket presence. But people don't like bring up his scrambling ability. Like he's a pretty damn good runner too. Like sure, he's no Lamar Jackson or Josh Allen. He's nowhere near those type of guys in terms of running, but dude, he's not bad at all in terms of running out of the pocket and making plays on his own. Like if you look at the film, especially like in that Bucks game, he was making like a lot of first downs left and right with his runs, and in other games too. And to me, it's like I feel like that was what was missing with Drew Brees. And while yes, Drew Brees is much better than Jameis Winston, and he will always be. Drew Brees will always be the best. All right, and the thing is, Drew Brees was not a runner. Obviously, he was just a pocket guy. But with him being a pocket guy, still his fucking accuracy, his deep ball, especially in his prime, his decision making, just goddamn, it's like out of this world. His fucking decision making and accuracy was out of this fucking world. But even with Jameis Winston not being as good with accuracy or as good with decision making, he's still great with in those aspects, and his running ability is great. He's athletic. He's a pretty damn good athlete. So yeah, exactly, J Dog. But yeah, that's the thing. I don't understand the Jameis hate ever, and I will never ever understand it. And don't listen. Don't be surprised if this upcoming season, Jameis Winston gets comeback player of the year. I'm just putting it out there. I'm letting everyone know now. I think Jameis Winston can win come black come come black comeback player of the year. Believe me. Believe me. He especially with the fucking weapons he has. Especially with that. Um Now, of course, the one concern I will have, the absolute one concern I will have, besides coaching, of course, when it comes to this team is running backs, okay? Because let's face it, Alvin Kamara will be Alvin Kamara will be suspended. There's no doubt about that. You're not going to convince me that Alvin Kamara will get off scot free. That's not happening. I'm just hoping that it's not going to be like 8 weeks or the entire fucking season. As long as it's not that, and it's like 6 weeks or something, or even 4 weeks, I'll take that. If that's the case, then that's fine. But that's the thing. That's the only thing I'm worried about is while Alvin Kamara is gone, can Smith, like the rookie that we got in the UDFA as I call, can that guy carry the load for Mark Ingram, or can he be the change of pace back while Ingram is the 3 down back? That's my only concern when it comes to this team. And of course, offensive line play when it comes to the guards, not exactly the best, especially with oh my God, Andres Pete and Cesar Ruiz. Man, that's not really that good, as good of a guard duo as you might think. But with the tackles that we got, especially with Penning, if he pans out like we expect, with Ramchick and McCoy, still overall offensive line still great. But those are my only concerns in terms of like our players and what can happen with this season. Oh, well, this has gone for 30 minutes. Hope y'all enjoyed my rambling on. So, in short, in summary, Dennis Allen's been doing great, a phenomenal offseason. Getting Honey Badger was more important than I first thought. And to look into 2022, man, the sky's the limit for our defense, but offense might be slow at the start. So, anyway, yeah. So, yeah, that's pretty much all of my thoughts on everything that's been going on. thank y'all so much for everyone that's been joining in. We had J Dog, Snake Bite, we had Jerry, we had Meet the Mets, and that's about it. Yeah. So hope y'all enjoyed this stream. Leave a like, subscribe, all that good shit. Whatever the fuck. And as always, I'll see y'all in the next live stream or video. Hopefully, talking about some more good news from this team. And signing out. Peace.